Can you guess what we're going to talk about this week?
So, let's get started. I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And for the past year, we have been building our own tiny shipping container house, so we can travel around knowing that we will always have this little place that we can call home.
But guess what? We just found our dream project before we expected. This abandoned sailboat. So we're going to stop building the house for a couple months to bring our boat back to life. And then we're going to go back and finish the house.
This is actually the second episode about our rudder.
Yeah, so if you didn't watch the first episode, you should, I guess, click somewhere around here, because we don't want to give you the entire explanation on this episode about how our rudder works and how it goes down, why it goes down, because we don't have a key, we have a centerboard, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's easier to just watch that one and then you come back and watch this one.
Yeah.
So now that you already watched that one, that you understand that we have a rudder that needs to go down and needs to lift up when you lift the centerboard. Confusing. And you know already that our main problem with the rudder was that we had a lot of corrosion on the shaft. So let's start by fixing the shaft.
Yeah.
Remember this? Check it out. So basically, we built a new piece of this part, and we cut this with the lathe, and now we just need to position in place, twist to the right position, and then we're gonna weld this whole side. And then we have a brand new piece for a long time now. This is gonna last, yeah, this is gonna last for a long time. Definitely. Let's try this in place and see if this fits in place. Yeah, so basically, he first did one pass with the TIG.
Just a minute.
Yeah, just so you understand, he first did one pass using TIG, and the TIG was just to melt both materials together without any additional metal. It was just to guarantee that it's sealed on both ends of the pipe, and then now he's finishing with the MIG weld just to fill up the whole gap and penetrate the whole thing. It's gonna make sense.
So with the shaft ready, it was time to
install the rudder back in place. But before that, we need to give a proper maintenance of the system. Take off the grease, change screws for new screws,
change the rubbers for the new rubbers.
Change the rubber for new rubbers, and you know, the whole maintenance of the system so we can install. But we can show you that on a video clip, right?
Yeah.
So video clip it is.
Well, there's something wrong here.
I don't know if you guys saw, but we just installed a rudder in place. You see the rudder, right? Right in place. Sometimes the unexpected happens.
Yeah.
Everything went wrong. When I mean wrong, I'm not trying to make a drama, but actually today everything went really wrong.
What happened?
Come on. This is our axis, how we call our shaft. Basically, you remember that we took this flange apart, I mean the old flange, and we built this new one. And in order to do that, we create this entire piece new and we welded here, right? When we did that, we gave the turner the old flange, we gave the turner the shaft, and we just asked him to consider that the disc, the cutting disc has 2 millimeters. So he needed to consider 2 millimeters the cut, and he needed to make, of course, the same length. But we didn't measure. That was our mistake. Our part of the mistake. We didn't measure when he gave us the shaft, and we didn't measure before. But today, when we installed in place, wouldn't go to the right place because it's a lot longer than was supposed to be.
So
I don't know if you understood, but how bad is this? But basically, the shaft is almost 1 centimeter longer than it's supposed to be, and that means that all the seals that are supposed to be here now they're like here. That means here the O-ring won't seal, and that means that the shaft won't go to the right spot, and that means that we cannot install the rudder in place. That's why the shaft is here, and that's why the rudder is there.
So the solution now, Pedro is gonna cut this weld again, and he's gonna cut the shaft in the correct length, and then we are gonna install it in place.
You know,
again.
you know when you say that you are back to square zero, we are back to square zero 5 months ago. That's the reality. I mean, not square zero. Let's say square one. Not.
It's like 1 step in front and 2 back.
Yeah, guys, sorry, but this episode is not gonna end on the end. It's gonna end a little bit before the end because it's just there's nothing we can do. I mean, like it's the first time that we actually started editing the episode before we finish it. Half of the episode was edited until today already, and we were like, it's just installed in place. It's no problem. We can edit half of the episode. We finish the episode, and then we have a few days to finish editing. But it didn't work this way. But positivity, there is a way of fixing. We are gonna fix.
Yeah, at least we have Pedro, and he's gonna fix this to it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine in the end. Of course, we're gonna lose some days of work, but sometimes, don't criticize me by saying that again, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If we get sad because of that, it's not gonna fix anything. So we need to be positive that at least there is a way of fixing it. If it was shorter than was supposed to, then we were screwed. At least it's longer. Yeah. So longer is much easier to fix. So that means we need to cut short the episode, and then we're gonna show you the fixing of this in a future episode. I don't know if next week or in the week after. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Hopefully next week.
Yeah, hopefully next week. Let's see if Pedro is really busy or not to do that for us.
Because we gave him a lot of work to do.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff.
Oops.
Yeah, that's for the future. Yeah, but for now, that's it for today. I guess that's it. We cannot do anything else for this episode. So let's welcome on board our new patrons then.
Yeah.
So welcome on board Gregory,
Patricia,
Blas,
Tim,
Spats,
Phil,
Oleg,
Ernesto.
And we also want to thank the donations to our PayPal. Thanks a lot, Kylie,
Sean,
Jason,
and Paul.
By the way, thanks a lot, Ernesto, our new patron that just showed up here today with his wife and his friend. And he gave us a French press. That's so cool.
Yeah, we love coffee, and this is gonna be really cool for the boat.
This is gonna be on the boat, Ernesto, for sure. We are always gonna drink coffee from our French press.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. And I guess for this week, that's it, right?
Yeah.
We see you guys next week. See you guys next Monday.